guys, what's up? It's Kathy and I'm back with another process video, and this one is kind of a bit of a mixed media video. A bit? Just a bit. I'm using mostly Martha Stewart craft paints and some Craft Smart paints. I was just deciding which green I wanted to use. And I'm going to paint a rainbow because rainbows. I don't know. Why not? They're super popular right now. And, you know, trends, and some of us avoid trends, and then some of us jump headlong into trends, and here I go jumping headlong into a trend. Though, I mean, I like rainbows. There's like, especially not traditionally primary color rainbows, if that makes sense. Like, I am not a big fan of primary red, which is just like straight red, or like yellow, or kind of that royal blue together, but I like rainbows that are maybe slightly different colors. So this is kind of that case. If you guys can hear like mild talking in the background, I do apologize. My husband is in the next room listening to something on his computer, and I mentioned that my microphone tends to pick up stuff, but that was apparently, yeah. Anyway, so I was just using a big old brush, and I wasn't worried about it being perfect. Wasn't worried about colors going into one another. There's definitely some crossover parts where it's more dimensional, things like that. I did want it so that you could still see some white in between, just to kind of give it a bit more of a messy look. And I am going to go back and use my heat tool to dry this paint so that I can keep going. But I do that off screen. I just was showing you guys that I have a bunch of papers from the Doodlebug Designs Fairy Tales collection, and I haven't even used this collection yet. I bought it, and it's just been sitting in my stash. So I thought, why not kind of incorporate it into this layout, since I've decided to use rainbows. And it was all kind of like just a big coming together of a collection I hadn't used, and an idea that has been floating around and stuff like that. And a more, like, the picture was very neutral that I was working with, and I had taken it in to a program on my computer and done some different stuff with highlighting and everything. And that's why on top of my daughter's head you can kind of see this like almost like a lens flare that's kind of rainbow in color. And then when I had that, I was like, okay. I was editing the photo without knowing what I was going to do for my layout, but once I did that particular filter type thing, I was like, okay, no, I want to do a rainbow now. So now I'm going to do pebbles, or not pebbles, but I'm going to do Doodlebug design stuff. And so I went ahead and kind of jumped off from that. Now, I am bringing in black and white as well, and so this is from the Cute Girl collection, and that's because I want to bring in some acetate from the Cute Girl collection, which has black in it. And also the title that I wanted to use was going to be from the Pebbles Girl Squad collection, so it had black. So that's why I'm putting in hints of it, just to kind of bring that out. This paper pad is also from Doodlebug Designs, but I cannot remember what it's called, but it was a different collection that was more, I think it was really based on Valentine's Day type stuff. And it was all sweets and coffee, and I don't want to cough right now, but I so need to clear my throat. Okay. And that little tag, the thing that says play with fairies and stuff, that was from a cut apart sheet from Doodlebug as well, from the Fairy Tales collection. And I do want to put a little bit of paper and stuff backing that little tag piece as well. I think I'm going to put some black and white from the Cute Girl collection later. But I didn't want to put anything too, I don't know what's the word. I wanted to have it like kind of torn and messy looking. So these are these little squeeze bottle of like glitter glue or something from Martha Stewart. I got them on like a 90% off sale at Michael's. So I just bought both packs because there were 2 different packs and they both had 2 different colors. And I don't know, I just was like, oh, you never know when I'm going to use them. And here's a great opportunity for me to use them. I didn't want to cover the entire rainbow with the glitter, but I did. And originally I was just going to do a line, but then the lines kind of screwed up and I just went, okay, forget it. I'm going to smush it in with my hand. And I like how that turned out more because there's just more glitter going around. So I found a color that matched every single part of my rainbow, and I used Tombow to glue down my photo because I'm gluing on top of mixed media. So I just wanted to make sure that it stayed, which is why you can see I'm kind of pushing it down. And something that it did do because of that was sometimes where the glue presses down, the edges around it kind of pop up. And so just to kind of play with that, I put some foam underneath part of the photo, and that just kind of helped it kind of stay in place but still remain propped up. Now, I'm not sure what part of me decided that that little play with fairies cut apart needed to be so close to the photo. I kind of wish in hindsight I had moved it over, but whatever, it's done, it's glued down. So it's not going anywhere, and I'm going to be embellishing anyway. So I'm going through the Doodlebug ephemera pieces from this collection, and it is a birthday collection. So I have both the boy one and the girl one. The one that's like unicorns and then the one that's like Vikings and stuff and dragons. And they're just kind of mixed in together. And they're so adorable. Like super adorable. But there are lots of pieces that you can use for something other than a birthday theme. Like there are, you know, balloons and party hats and like the word celebrate and stuff like that. But then there's also like those unicorns and everything. And he's super cute, but I am going to bring in a different type of unicorn. So I didn't feel the need to have him there. And, you know, pretty much those, those clouds worked in a lot of different places. I fiddled around with them so much before I finally decided where they're going to go, and I propped them up with quite a few foam dots. I don't have really thick foam circles, so in order for it to work, I had to double up my foam dots for some of them to make them work. These like little rainbow star guys are really cute, but I wanted like one coming in that way, just like the other one is down below, except the star was blue, and then there was too much blue, and I was getting way too picky. And so I said, okay, forget it. And I brought in, they have these like pop-up doodle pops is what they're called. And it's almost like just this, it's like a sticker set that you could use on a card or something. So it was a rainbow with 2 clouds. So I brought in the glitter rainbow from it and just used the 2 clouds. So it's used up. This, what is it called? Acrylic piece, I think is from an old Hip Kit Club. No, yes. That I got, maybe not even last summer, maybe the summer before. I don't even know. I think it was last summer. Anyway, I believe it was like an exclusive for theirs, and I just never used them, but I kept them, and I just liked how it said friends, and it was pink and cute and stuff like that. So anyway, these are called sprinkles, and they're from the same collection, the Fairy Tales collection, and they're just sparkly, glittery enamel dots. And I'm kind of trying to add them in with the right colors and stuff like that. And I'm just kind of adding a few more in different places. They are going to eventually get moved because I'm going to glue them down, because they do need to be glued down if you're putting them on something like paint, which I knew I should have known, and I still did it. So anyway, so I am going to glue them down. I think I might end up taking 1 or 2 off. I'm not sure. So here's where I wanted to include this acetate, and it's because that unicorn head was kind of the whole point of this layout. It was I wanted to use it with a whole bunch of cutesy stuff. So I grabbed another piece of acetate because I kind of felt like I needed two pieces because that's just how I work, right? So I'm kind of going around trying to, I wish I, yeah, I really liked how it looked there. I didn't want it on the rainbow because then the color of the unicorn wasn't quite right. So I did end up moving the cloud so I could put that unicorn down there, and I regret, you can see the tape. So I just kind of got rid of it. I still have tape on the bottom of it, and then I am going to staple it to make sure it's there. And because, so I have this other one that's Sweet Girl, and if you guys notice, it goes from like a really light blue to a dark blue, and that's just the way that they designed that acetate. But I also managed to get it to sit kind of perfectly so that the dark blue and the light blue, kind of, see how it looks like it's going with the rainbow? Like that's actually supposed to be part of it. That's why you can see me really holding on to that to make sure it sticks in the right place, because I really liked how that looked with it kind of going around with the rainbow. So anyway, I do staple them down. I like the look of them being stapled down sometimes. I just think it's kind of cool. And I just did not want to feel, I didn't want to be bothered stitching them down. I'm too lazy. I am a lazy scrapper, as I say. So this is the foam that I was talking about, and the word squad was there. And originally I was going to write girl squad, but then I decided to write squad goals because the little play with fairies and ride unicorn is kind of like a cute little goal. When I took it off though, the U was not sitting right. Like you can see it looks like a V, and it's just, I couldn't get it to sit the right way. Eventually I do get it to sit so it does look like a U, but it did bother me quite a bit. These are clear stickers from the new Maggie Holmes carousel collection, and they are so adorable. They just remind me of like graffiti and stuff, or like, I don't know, 90s kind of, like you would see a bunch of stuff on like, I don't know, just kind of back to school type stuff is what it reminds me of. And I just thought that they worked perfectly with this because they were there, but they're not super, oh, I used the word super. Diane, I'm so sorry. They are kind of not, they're not taking up too much room, and they're not taking up too much, they're not too much eye candy, I guess. I don't know if that's a thing. But that's from Pebbles, and I also have the little, what do you call them? What do you guys call them? Puffy stickers. There we go. It's a good day today. I am so on the ball today. And I grabbed puffy stickers from the Girl Squad collection too. And one was a little phone that said BFF. And since we were taking pictures, selfies on my phone, I thought that was perfect. And that little tag that says hashtag Girl Squad. It does end up falling off because that's sparkly, and I do glue it somewhere else. And those silver hearts are from Freckled Fawn, I believe, and they are adorable. And they were part of a kit that I got a long time ago. And I just thought I'd use them because I hadn't brought in any kind of metallics. So I thought, well, you know what? So often everything's gold. And since there was no metallics in this yet, I decided to bring in the silver and use up some of my hearts, my cute little puffy hearts. I just thought it went so well. It just reminded me of like when you were a kid and you collected stickers and unicorns and all that kind of stuff. These are some of my favorite things from the Doodlebug collections are these little paper clips that are shaped. And the one for the fairy tales came with castles and unicorns. And I decided to try to manage to get a castle somewhere. I think it ends up being there. And all I could think of was Les Miserables when she's singing about the castle in the clouds. I think it's Cosette is singing about the castle in the clouds. And I was like, I gotta put a castle in the clouds. I just have to. So I got my castle in the clouds, and I thought it looked really cute. Anyway, yeah, I do glue that down there, that little a little piece of black. So that's bringing in like little bits of dark everywhere on this layout to kind of break up the happy sunshine rainbow-ness of it. So I really like how that turned out. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm putting in some Heidi Swap Color Shine, and I think it wasn't the peach one, it was like one of the pink ones. There's like a few different pink ones. Might have been Primrose. I can't remember. Anyway, I'm putting that in, and then I realized I thought I was going to bring in some black splatters, but then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to bring in some purple. So I'm going to water down some of the purple from earlier because it hadn't dried yet. You can see I was going to go with the black, but then I just watered down the purple and put a few purple splashes in, and then that's it. Pictures are coming up. I'll see you in the next video. So, bye!